Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about something that someone said to me the other day. And they said, "You're smart and you're educated. Why are you not a liberal?" And I wasn't sure whether to be offended or flattered by that statement. I kind of took it as a neutral statement, and it made me think why I'm not a liberal. I am educated and I've heard everything else that most of my liberal friends have heard. And I agree with many of the things that are wrong with the country. I agree with the liberals totally. There's growing inequality in the country. There is a difference in how you're treated by the law system if you're poor, if you're rich. There's differences between how men and women are treated. There are many, many great inequalities in the country. There's constant warfare that the United States is in. It's an unfair system, especially if you're poor and you don't have connections and you don't start out well in life. But I disagree with almost all of their solutions. First of all, I totally reject identity politics, which I think is based solely on skin color, and what skin color you are, in their view, decides what you think and what group you're in and how you should act. I totally reject this. For example, I reject affirmative action on the grounds that doing harm to one group, keeping one group back to push another group ahead, is wrong and racist. Now, I would not be against a affirmative action program that took race out of it and just looked at your economic status. So, for example, if you go to a certain school district that's a terrible school district, and you do well, you should be rewarded for that. So, in college admissions, instead of giving people points for what race they are, give people points for where they came from. So, Donald Trump's kid will get knocked down a little bit, but a child from a poor area will get pushed up a little bit because they had more challenges to overcome to get close to the same grades or close to the same college admission scores. And this way, it's going to raise everybody. It won't just raise one group. A black Michael Jordan's kid is going to those same good schools, so he doesn't need a boost as much as a poor kid from Appalachia would. So the way it would work, you'd send in an application, and the only people that would know your name would be the admissions people at the front desk. The people that actually did your application, they just have a number and what area you are from. Now, if that area is predominantly black, they can guess you're black, but there'd be white people there too. So it would raise everyone. I just reject anything that is based on race. I also think that people can move out of poverty through education, but we have to improve our educational system in those areas. But again, I don't agree with the liberal premise of throwing more money at it. I think we need to put competition into schools. We need to give people a choice, so kids can go to 5 different schools in the area. That way, the schools will be in competition for the best students. And the schools will, in order to survive, they're going to have to get better. They're going to have to teach better. And that way, everything gets better. It's the same way across the board. I agree with most of the liberal premises. I just disagree with the solutions. Like jails. I don't totally disagree. I do disagree with privatization of jails because they've done it wrong. They have privatized jails and they've given businesses an incentive to keep people in jail. They say, okay, you need to have your jail 90% full. So that's going to keep people in jail longer. It's been proven that private jails give more infractions to inmates to keep them in jail longer so they can make more money. What you have to do is make jails private public. So instead of having a public jail, which is always underfunded, overcrowded because no one wants to give money to jails. It's the last thing politicians want to do. It's the last thing taxpayers want to pay for. So jails get no money. What you have to do is go to private companies and say, you will get bonus money for every person that leaves jail early and doesn't reoffend, or you will get bonus money for any program that these prisoners complete that will help them stay out of jail. So in that way, the businesses are going to be incentivized to help people instead of hurt people. My views are varied. I disagree with identity politics and pitting groups against each other. Therefore, I can't support the left. I don't support identity politics in any way of, for example, Joe Biden only choosing a black woman for his vice presidential candidate. I think that's the most racist thing you can do. What about Hispanic women? Why can't he choose one of those? Why can't he choose anybody? It's racist. It's saying, okay, I've got to choose this group of people. Sorry, I reject it. Anyway, that's about all. Sorry if this is a little bit rambly. I just did this video on a whim. So never believe in anybody's propaganda, not even your own. Thanks. And that's about all.